My blissful gorgeous self, this is the fourth discourse on fourth canto of SrimadBhagavatam. Let us begin. A mayor is greater person in a city. A governor is greater among all mayors. A president or prime minister is greater among all governors or chief ministers. US President is nowadays more powerful and important among all presidents and PMs all over the world. But the whole USA can sink in the ocean with one natural calamity. One who orders this calamity, one who can handle this calamity, is an insignificant member of a society in Peninsula above polar star. 33 million people who lives, whom the stupid people call them 33 million gods, are just inhabitants, regular normal inhabitants of planet Swaha. And these people call them gods, 33 million gods. So each one have power to devastate whole America. The big lord in that planet is Indradev, okay? Who survives is young and powerful for 54 million and 800,000 solar years. Greater than him is the resident of Maharlok. Imagine all great powers of these celestials. Daksha was appointed as the lord of all these lords of the celestials, including Indradev. And such an important post was provided to a complex Shiva hater. In spite of his Shiva Drohi mentality, he was progressing. Even so, the Muslims, the Christians, the communists, the Britons, who came to India, invaded this sacred land and broke temples and stole scriptures and killed saints and eat beef, eat fish, eat turkey, eat chickens, and still they went on progressing materially. It appears nothing of severe punishment came upon them, but you just have not seen the other side of that. Other part has to be seen. So no one can ever escape the consequences, my dear friends. Therefore, seekers of truth must not get confused spiritually with some adversity, okay? So not many times, but sometimes danger, an accident, a terror you are heading at by being vindictive to a holy man, to a sadhu sant, leads you to a completely transformed life. And this is what happened with Daksha. Many years past, Bhagavan Shiva has not mentioned this episode to Sati Devi, his beloved wife, for two reasons. One, great wind blows on great hills. Who dwells on high level of consciousness talks always on highest topics, the absolute truth, Bhagavan's pastimes, Brahma Gyan, Bhagavad Katha, all this. It is only body obsessed, too materialistic and low conscious level people who go on talking on petty things, just body, just local people related, just newspaper published and radio broadcasted, television broadcasted, social media spread, released shallow matters. Shiva and Sati always dwelt on high hills of consciousness, my dear friend. That's why almost 50% of our scriptures are in Shiva Parvati dialogue form. Secondly, the matters of misery should be spoken only with him who is powerful enough to dispel it. Help it, otherwise you just turn the other one also miserable by telling him or her your misery story. There are groups of confused people who just go on sharing each other's misery stories and go on being miserable more and more. It is addictive, my dear friends. It serves the purpose of tea or coffee or wine or drug, a slow poison. So get rid of such addictions, otherwise you have to pay heavy fee to meet a psychologist, and all he will do, hear your misery stories. So go every day and pay heavy fees just to tell him your misery stories. With all the wise men never do that. Shiva did not tell this to Sati nor anyone else on Mount Kailash. Why? Because they were Bhagavan Shiva's mind reader devotees and not as followers of today. With all these promotions, Daksha's vanity exploded in greater amount of opposition to Shiva. He announced he is going to perform a Brihaspati Yajna, which only an exalted Brahmin deserved to perform. Haridwar was chosen for it. 10 miles of area was constructed and decorated as Yajna arena. Flags and banners and flower garlands and pictures and banana trees, gems and jewels were beautifying the buildings. This place still exists in Kankhal area of southern Haridwar on the beach of Ganga, my dear friends. I went there many times and sat there and meditated. Like flocks of birds, airplanes full of decorated ladies and gents shining, singing and talking loudly were flying towards Haridwar. Sati Devi saw and she asked, "Hi guys, where are you going?" "To join Yajna ceremony at your daddy's home, madam," they answered. She wanted to join the festival at her father's home. With great excitement and pleasure she came running with a garland of flowers as she heard the mantra of Shiva's opening his spiritual trance, my dear friends. Then her face beaming with delight, offering her gifts to Shiva and respectfully greeting him, she chirped, "Rejoice, my dear Abhi, I have great news. Let me decorate you well. We have no time. We will be soon on our way to my father's home. We will join a great festival of Yajna. All celebrities from world over are going there. I haven't seen my father and mother since too long. Even in last Yajna we could not make it. I don't want to miss this time, my beloved Abhi. Together with you, I shall see my sisters and brothers and mom's sisters and relatives. I will receive royal gifts and would rejoice offering them to you, my Lord. Kindly get up and let me fix you well." Lord Shiva was immediately reminded of bullet words of reproach of that wicked Daksha. He laughed to dismiss that memory and smiled and stood up and gave her a big embrace and sweet kisses on her forehead and both cheeks. Tears came to his eyes and he said, "Oh Sati, when shall I see you again, my beloved?" And Shiva sighed. "What do you mean, dear? We are going there together. We will come back together and we will remain here together ever and ever." Dearest one, Shiva said, please don't be upset. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Indeed, it is all right to go to one's relatives, even uninvited, but don't ask me to go there. Sati said, but why? Shiva said, please don't ask that. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Sati said, Hubby, excuse me, you are not being practical. You are funny as well. I desperately want to know why. Shiva said, it is not all right to go when the relative's mind is tainted with malice, arrogance and anger. And Sati said, who told you that my father is like that? Shiva said, education, service and opulence and beauty and youth and pedigree are 6 embellishments for the nobles, but a curse to a shallow and petty-minded ones. Sati said, Hubby, you are giving me no reason. On top you go on abusing my father for no apparent reason except one. They did not invite us. Why are you so touchy and closed? Please stop that and let us dress up and go. Can't you afford to be a little generous, sire? Let's be wise and hurry. Shiva said, no, that's not possible. Sati said, yes, it is possible. I will show you. All you got to do is stop your negativity and practice being positive. I will teach you how to do that. Just follow me and you will see how beautiful pair we will look. When we proceed, everyone there will run down to us for our darshan. All over the globe, all over the Brahmanda, all dignitaries are arriving there, and I promise I will make my parents apologize to you for forgetting to invite us. Okay? The source of all troubles is you want to receive honor, but don't want to give. Come, I will teach you to go to my father. He is your father-in-law, remember? Shiva said, I will never go to him. And Sati said, why? And Shiva said, because pratyudgama prasrayana vivadanam vidiyade sadhumitha sumadhyame pragyi parasmai purushaya chetasa guhashayai vanadeha manine. Exchange of greetings, standing up, advancing and respecting gestures and salutations should be done only for Bhagavan, the God Almighty resorting in the heart of the egoless. It is never to be done to a puffed up and vindictive. Respecting to these people, respecting the wicked and cruels and criminals is insulting God, the cosmic Virat, the very absolute truth. And listen, Sati, Sattvam Viruddham Vasudeva Shabditam Yadiyate Tatra Pumana Pavritah Sattve Tasmin Bhagavan Vasudevo Yadhokshajo Me Namasa Vidhiyate. It is the crystal clean, transparent, see-through heart which is termed as Vasudev, where Bhagavan Vasudev is realized in his effulgent glory. Only to such a person I can humble down, go down, and to none else. And Sati Devi said, yes, my father, my mother, and all my relatives are just like this, exactly as you described. And I will show you if you just go with me, Sati begged. And Shivaji and Bhagwan Shiv then looked left and right and shouted, "O Nandishwar, O Maniman, where are you? Come with your troops, please." And Bhagwan Shiva called out the attendants. Did they arrive? He ordered them to accompany Her Majesty. They all came in thousand, all dressed up, holding Sati's dresses, musical instruments, a white umbrella, flute, a musical instrument, and things of her need. Nandishwar expanded himself in the form of a large, bull-shaped, spacious airplane. All were accommodated well. "Dearest one, please don't forget me in the opulence of your parents," Bhagwan Shiv said. "I will be waiting for you impatiently. If you see things adverse, just come back right away. I will be very hurt if you did not consider me your own." Vexed at not being able to travel with her hubby, Sati burst into tears and wept in the folds of her hubby's embrace. With his own hand, Shiva decorated her, set her on the throne in the airplane, and Shiva asked everyone present there to escort Sati Devi to her parents' home and instructed them all precautions. With sweet music of clarinet and sitar and flute and flower shower, Sati's journey began. Bhagwan Shiv, with hundreds of Kailasian residents, gave her heartfelt farewell. Sati and Shiva kept gazing each other until she went away beyond the horizon, my dear friends. The plane moved towards the west, flying over Gauri Shankar, known as Sagarmatha, but the westerners call it Mount Everest, then turned to the south, and the team arrived at Haridwar. The city was fully decorated as a bride. People from all nations, all planets were roaming around looking at the beauty of the city. They were dressed differently according to different planets, different countries. And the music was echoing, perfumes spreading, and mantras were resounding. Even river Ganga was rising, hands on her waves to welcome the guests. Sati's airplane was parked, and lo, see, the flying flag of Shiva, her mom, Prasuti Devi, the third daughter of Swayambhu Manu, came running to welcome her with lots of gifts and accompanied by 12 sisters of Sati who were married to Dharma and Swaha and Swadha. They rushed when they heard their most dear sister Sati has arrived. Her mother, sister Devuti's 9 daughters also flew to visit Sati. Ansuya and Arundhati and mothers of Markandeya and Dadichi and Shukracharya and Brihaspati and Kashyap all dropped their works in the middle, grabbed some tributes, gems and necklaces and garlands and flowers, or something, whatever came in their hands, and rushed down to the spot. They saw the beautiful smiling Sati Devi, beaming with delight, embracing everyone, their throats charmed with emotions and eyes filled with drops of love. Here comes Prachin Varhe, the descendant of King Priyavrat Tanpad, the maternal uncle of Sati, who is now the sovereign emperor of the globe, offered Sati the costliest gift and bowed down to her, paying his respect. Sati Devi blessed him and inquired his welfare. Dharma and Ruchi and Agnidev and hundreds of relatives came. "We are missing Lord Shiva. Where is he? When could we see him?" They all begged. "Maybe, perhaps," Sati Devi said, "maybe, perhaps when this yajna is complete and your storage of merits are grown enough, then." Kunti Devi said and laughed as the music echoed in the air. Then suddenly her face became serious, her heart filled with sacred